Hi everybody, I hope everybody's having a good day. Welcome to In the Kitchen with Alethea. And today I'm going to make a classic home style meatloaf dinner. Going to make some green beans. So before I get started, I wanted to tell you guys, please like and share the video, and also subscribe to my channel so that when I do new videos, you'll be one of the first people to see the videos. So I've already washed my hands and let's get started. So I have some ground beef here that we're going to use for the meatloaf. It's already in the bowl, and to it we're going to add some chopped onions and some green pepper that I've already chopped up. So we'll add those to our ground beef. It's about one small yellow onion, and then I've got the green pepper that I'm going to add to it as well. We'll put that in. We're going to add some Worcestershire sauce. I'd say about a tablespoon and a half of that. Some garlic and herb seasoning. About a tablespoon of that as well. Some onion powder. Some black pepper. I'd say about a teaspoon and a half of black pepper. About a tablespoon of Italian seasoning. Some Lawry's. About a tablespoon of that. And a little bit of adobo. Some adobo. I say about a teaspoon of this. Okay, then we're going to add one beef bouillon cube. Just crush it up and sprinkle it in. Then we're going to add one tomato bouillon cube as well. And just crush it up and add it to your mix. Make sure you disperse it throughout. You don't want it in big clumps. Make sure you just, sprinkle it in there. I'm going to add some garlic. About a teaspoon of garlic. And about, I'd say 5 Ritz crackers. I'd say about 5. And you just want to crush them. Crush them into small little pieces so that they can get mixed in with the meat. I'm just going to wash my hands. And then we're going to mix our meat. Now I'm putting on gloves for this part because it can get kind of messy, but it's really up to you. You can do whatever you want to do in your kitchen. I'm just wearing gloves. So you can do what it is that you want to do. Before we start mixing our meat, I'm going to preheat our oven. It's going to be on 375. Okay, so our oven is preheated. So now we're going to just mix our ground beef for the meatloaf. Smells so good. It's got the Worcestershire in there, pepper, some seasoned salt, onions, and the beef bouillon. That's all going to give it a good flavor, and also the tomato bouillon too. If you don't find the tomato bouillon, you could also use tomato sauce, or you could use ketchup. So it's really up to you. Whatever you have in the house, just use that. So our meatloaf is just about come together. I've got one more thing that I need to add to help it hold together. And that's going to be 1 egg that I'm going to use to help bind it a little bit better. If you don't want to use eggs, you can skip that step, but I always use it in my meatloaf. So it's really up to you how you want to do it. All right, so let me get the egg. Hang on 1 minute. So we have our eggs here, and with our clean hand, we're going to take out 1 egg. And just crack it into the meatloaf. And just mix it in. This will help bind your meatloaf. I'm going to add just a smidge more pepper for my taste. Okay, that's looking good and smelling good. I think we are ready to put our meatloaf into its cooking pan. Okay, so let's set that aside. So we are going to bake our meatloaf in one of these oven-proof bakeware. So this is what we're using. If you have one of these are really good to bake meatloaf in, things like that, bread, stuff like that. So you can find these at Amazon. They sell them at Amazon. I'll leave the link in the video where you can find one if you want to use it in your kitchen. Don't forget, guys, the apron that I'm wearing is available at AletheaKitchenCorner.com. Also, you could find baseball caps, black and white. You could also find t-shirts, black and white, and also the apron, and there's another type of apron there as well. So I want you guys to share the video, give me a thumbs up if you like the video, and also send me a comment and let me know what things you do when you make meatloaf at home. So, okay guys, so our meatloaf mix is already come together, and we're going to just put it in this baking dish here. So it's going to go right in the dish here, and then you want to just smooth it out a little bit so that it's kind of one even size, so it bakes evenly. You don't want one size higher than the other. You want it to be sort of the same height so that it cooks evenly. Okay, I'm going to remove my gloves and I'll show you what it looks like before we put it into the oven. So this is what it looks like. See that? Should be even so that when it bakes evenly. See how evenly it is? Okay, so then we're going to put this in the oven at 375. It's going to bake for about an hour and 10-15 minutes. You want to check it after an hour and 5 minutes to see if it's done. We're going to cover it with foil. And we're going to check it in about 45 minutes because that's when we're going to put our topping on it. We're going to put our glaze on top of it. So that's when we're going to do our glaze, after checking it after 45 minutes. So I'm going to put it in the oven. Okay, so we're also going to make some green beans with our meatloaf tonight. So let's go over. We have some green beans here that I put in the pot. We're going to add a little seasoning to it. We've got some onion powder. Some onion powder. I'm going to add some seasoned salt. Some black pepper. And we're going to add some chopped onions. Hold on one second. We have our onion here that we're going to chop. We don't need too many onions for this. So I would say maybe a quarter of an onion, not much. So we're just going to chop some onions. just chop them up, not too small, because they're going to cook down while their green beans are cooking. But you don't want them giant either. Nobody wants to bite into a giant onion. So, just medium size. Okay, I think that's good. We have our chopped onions here. And just a rough chop. And then we're going to just add them to our pot here. And again, not much. Maybe a quarter of an onion. And the last two things we're going to add is some sazon and some butter. So we have our butter here. I'm adding about, I would say, 2 tablespoons of butter. And then we're going to add the last thing is some sazon. Sazon. And I would say 1 whole packet of sazon. And then you just want to put your green beans on a medium low. Okay guys, so our meatloaf is going to cook and also our green beans is going to cook. So when I come back, I'm going to show you guys what the meatloaf is looking like and what our green beans is looking like. Hey everybody, we back. So the meatloaf has been cooking for about 40 minutes and I took it out of the oven and this is what it looks like. So now we're going to do the last step and we're going to add our glaze to it. So I have here a cup of tomato sauce that I'm going to add to a bowl. Let me just get a spoon. You want to get all that sauce out of there. It's just regular tomato sauce, or you can use tomato puree, whichever you have in the house is fine. Then I'm going to add about a quarter cup of brown sugar. About a quarter of a cup. And then you just want to mix this together. This is going to give the top of the meatloaf a nice sweetened taste. You just mix them two together, and we're going to just glaze our meatloaf with it. We're just going to pour it over our meatloaf like so. In the last 10 to 12 minutes of cooking your meatloaf, you're going to cook this uncovered so that the glaze can cook on top of the meatloaf. So you're going to cook it uncovered now. And I like to glaze it a few times. So I'm going to put it in for the first cook for about 10 minutes, and then I'll glaze it again probably 2 more times over the next 10 minutes after the first 10 minutes. So I'm going to put it back in the oven. Also, our green beans that we made with the sazon and the chopped onions and the butter, they're all done. They're finished cooking. Look at how good they came out. See that orange color? That's what the sazon does to the green beans, and it gives it a delicious flavor. Just like that. It's like orange red, and the smell is so good, y'all. Gotta try it. Okay, so we're gonna come back in another 10 minutes, and I'm gonna show you what everything looks like once it's done. Hey guys, so our home style classic meatloaf is done. We made some green beans with it, and let me show you what it looks like. So here is the green beans. Let's remove that. This is the green beans. They have a little orange red color to it because we added some of the sazon, and we did it with some chopped onions and a little bit of butter. So that's what they look like. Don't they look bomb? They look good. I can't wait to eat. I'm so hungry. My mouth is watering. And then we did a meatloaf. This is our classic style meatloaf. We put the glaze on it in the last 45 minutes. Look at how good that turned out. And look at how even it is. We did a little hump in the middle, and on the sides it's kind of even. So it smells delicious. And then what I'm going to serve it with is I have some red bliss mashed potatoes that I made. So these are the red bliss mashed potatoes. And so let's cut our meatloaf and get a little bit of the green beans for ourselves. So we have a little bit of the green beans here. And then let's cut the meatloaf. It's hot. Look at how good that looks. Nice and hot, juicy, delicious. It's so moist. And we have that glaze, and I have a little bit of extra so that I could put a little bit more on top. The glaze, we did some tomato sauce and a little bit of brown sugar, and we glazed it about 3 times. So we have a little bit sauce left over. So that's the extra sauce. Let's give it a try. Doesn't that look good, guys? Our meatloaf, red bliss mashed potatoes with a little bit of buttermilk, and our green beans with chopped onions, butter, and a little bit of sazon. Let's eat. Okay. Just try our meatloaf. It's still hot though. Mm. Oh my God. That is so good, guys. It's so tender, so soft. It's delicious. That glaze gives it a nice finish. It's a little sweet because I put the brown sugar in it, and it's so good. You guys have to make this. It's really good. I put some buttermilk in these red bliss potatoes. And then we have our green beans with that sazon and that butter. Oh my God, it's so good, guys. You guys have to try this recipe. Well, guys, this is the end of my time with you. I hope you enjoyed being in the kitchen with Alethea. I want you guys to make this, and if you like the video, give me a thumbs up and let me know how you make your meatloaf, and subscribe to my channel. Hit that like button and also subscribe to my channel so that when I do more videos, you'd be one of the first people to know. So again, thank you for joining me in the kitchen with Alethea. Again, for aprons like these or other aprons that I have, you can find them at aletheakitchencorner.com. Also, I have the hats available. Also, the t-shirts are available in black and white. The hat is available in black and white as well. So they're available now, and I will see you guys next time or in the kitchen with Alethea. Bye.